Hello, Casa Artists. I hope you guys enjoyed that story and the videos about the elements of line and shape and color. And now we're going to use those elements to draw a cartoonish self-portrait in preparation for something we'll be doing in another week or two, another kind of self-portrait. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to be separating our paper in half. Okay, we're going to be drawing a face on this side and then some words to describe ourselves over on this side. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to be drawing a letter U, kind of right in the middle of the left half of your paper. So kind of something like this. And you guys should be using pencil and paper, something that you can use to erase with. So there's my letter U. And then the next thing you'll do is add in the eyes, and this is like cartoon-like picture. So I'm going to start with just 2 horizontal lines and then 2 kind of rainbow-like lines on top. If you have another way you really like doing eyes, sort of a cartoon way, this is not really meant to be realistic. We'll have time for that in another project. If you have another way you like to do cartoon eyes though, feel free to do that instead. So the 2 eyes, and I'm going to go ahead and add in the eyebrows now. And then to do the nose, there's lots of ways you could do the nose. I mean, if you just want this type of nose, that would be fine. You could do a lot of different ways of doing a nose. I think what I'm going to do is just do this little kind of nose where you draw a little kind of a U shape and then sort of a C shape on each side, or I should say a C and a backwards C. Something like that, okay? And then the mouth, I think it's easier to start with the kind of smile shape and then add the lips in. So if you do the smile shape and then the top lip, and then the bottom lip, you could draw the whole line like that, or another thing you can do is just draw sort of a suggestion of the bottom lip like that. And I think I'm actually going to let mine be like that. And so the next thing, let's see, let's go ahead and get the neck and shoulders in there. So I'm going to do one here, one here. I don't like that one very much. Try again. Okay, I like that one better. And then curve here, the collar of my shirt. Come back and add the shoulders right up to the edge of the page like that. And now feel free to do whatever you want with like the shirt, whatever you're wearing. You can come back and maybe add in a collar. You could be wearing a necklace, whatever you want to do with the shirt, okay? However you want that to be. The next thing I'm going to do is add in the ears. And I actually want these lines a little bit shorter. And you'll see why in a sec. So the ears should be right about level with where the eyes are. So I'm going to go up and then down. And up and down. And then the other side, same thing, going up and down. It can be tricky to get them to look the same. Like that one's kind of bigger, so I'm going to try again. They don't have to be perfect. And when you draw the hair, it may even cover up part of the ear anyway. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do to add the hair on is we're going to draw the hairline first. So there's a few ways that you could do that, but either way I want you to start right above the ear and right above the other ear. So let's say I had kind of curly hair. Maybe I have a sort of a curly-ish line, but it has to go right down to the other ear. And then I could have kind of curly hair coming down to my shoulders. Right, I could have kind of curly hair. That's one thing. Maybe I have a part. Or maybe I don't have long hair. Maybe instead, maybe I have short hair. Maybe I have kind of straight up hair. Maybe I add a little texture in there. If you guys remember texture, we haven't talked about that element yet this year, but we will be. You could have hair like that. You could have the hairline, instead of being wavy, you could make it just come up straight and come up down straight, well, kind of a curve. And then kind of come around and down. So however you want your hair to look, okay, that's totally up to you. And then if you want to add any more, like I said, texture, use those lines. Lines can do a lot, right? As you guys should have seen in the video. So I'm just going to add some more lines, makes my hair look more wavy. And maybe I'm going to add in, I'm going to add my glasses too, guys. Some of you guys have glasses. So I like to draw this sort of U shape under and then a line over and then sort of connect them in the middle. I don't know, something like that. Maybe I have earrings on. Okay, so that is my little cartoon person so far. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my words to describe myself over here on this side. So I'm going to start by just drawing a little dot. And then I'm going to have wavy lines that go out to the sides, so kind of like this. So I'm going to start with one. I wouldn't make them overly wavy, just a little bit wavy will do. And there's not an exact certain number of lines that you have to draw. You're just basically filling in the area. You might have 5 lines, you might have 6. I don't know, depends how wide you make them, okay? So I'm ending up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. You might have more, that's fine. And then in a few of those spaces, I'm going to be writing some words to describe myself. So I could actually have words in all the spaces, or maybe, let's see, let me put, I'm going to start by putting one of my words right here in this middle space. And I described myself as curious, like my kitty. So I'm going to do that one again. Feel free to make your letters as interesting as you want. If you guys like doing bubble letters, if you know how to do those yet, feel free to add them in. I kind of like to stretch my letters to make them fit as the shape gets bigger, but you don't have to. You could do it however you want to. I can put artist, and you're an artist if you're doing this now. So you could put that, maybe you're a singer, okay? And then I would put whatever other word up there. And then if you want to just have like a little design going down the middle of any of these, right? You could use different kinds of shapes. However you want to do it is up to you. You guys remember the difference between geometric shapes and organic shapes? Remember, geometric shapes are those ones that you use in math class, like the square and trapezoid and those ones with special names. And then the organic shapes are those kind of random ones in nature. Okay, so I hope that that made sense. And again, if you have a different way of doing the mouth, fine. Different nose, different eyes, however you want to do it is fine. I just showed you kind of one way to do it. A little more on top of the head there. Okay, so however you want yours to look is fine. The main thing is that it is kind of cartoony and that you have to add those words in. So you might use the same words that you did in your Google drawing. Maybe you have some other words that you might use to describe yourself also. Okay, just have fun with it, and I'll see you guys soon.